How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. And how are
What's
you?
your name? What's your name?
My name is Balaya.
Balea. And my name
Yes.
is Maribel.
Okay, thank you.
It's like this, Maribel.
Yeah, oh, got it, got it. Thank you so much. And
You're welcome.
yeah, so
Where are you from?
yeah, I'm from India.
Oh, and I'm from America.
Oh, it's good. Um, yes, I've been on Cambly for the past few months
Okay.
and speaking to different nationalities, persons, and different accents. I'm enjoying really this platform. So today, I would like to know, um, in the process of learning a language,
Okay.
so there are so many ways and methods to speak a language. Among them, I would like to know more about storytelling. You know,
Storytelling. Okay.
yeah, storytelling. Professionally, I'm a teacher.
Oh my
I teach.
goodness. All right,
Yes,
we have a lot in common. Keep talking.
yeah, a lot in common. Yes.
Okay.
So professionally, I'm a teacher, and I teach English as a second language to my students. Yes, and understand and to feel them comfortable with the language. So I have to what practice, and I have to use many strategies to feel comfortable them with the language.
Uh-huh.
So one among them is storytelling. you know so today I would like to know, so what is the right and effective method to tell a story to the students and to make them understand, and how should I begin a story, and how should I explain or interpret the story and the things in the story, and how should I conclude the story, means they must get me easily.
Okay, so let me first tell you that in Cambly, I'm a tutor, right? But my
Yes.
profession,
Yes.
if you see in the back, is I'm actually a teacher in the United States.
Oh, it's
So
good.
that's why I said you and I have a lot in common.
Yes,
I'm
there's
a
a lot of
I'm a
things.
second grade teacher, so I teach elementary students and I teach everything. I teach reading, writing, math, science, social studies, health. So I teach all that to my students. Right now I'm teaching remotely on the computer.
Yes.
I do not like it. I wish that I was in the classroom.
How do you feel this? How do you feel this teaching online and offline? Do you feel
A difference.
means? Do you feel the comfortable?
So, all right. So I'm going to be very honest with you. When I used to be in
Yeah.
the classroom, I used to complain and I used to say, "Oh, I wish I was home." Right? Now I'm
Yes.
home and
Yes.
I'm not, I'm sitting down. I
Yes.
am in the comfort of my home and I do not like it. I do not like
Yes.
it at all. Because as teachers, I think that we're always standing, we're always moving, we're always able to help the students. And
Yeah.
now that we're doing it remotely, it's very hard when they're writing something and I can't see it. And then I have to
Yes.
say, can you please show it on the computer? And then I'm trying to like read it and I'm trying to like make sense of it.
Yes. Yeah. It takes time.
Yes. So I honestly wish that I was back in school, right? If it was
Mhm.
if it was safe. Um,
Yes.
in America,
I'm also looking forward. I'm also looking forward the same.
yes. How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching English as a second language for the past 7 years.
So I've been teaching for 15 years. So for me, being in the classroom is like second nature, right? I know what I'm
Yes.
doing. I know now doing this online,
Yes.
it's not like Cambly, right? Cambly is very different when I'm
Yes.
doing tutoring. But when I'm trying to teach 7 years old and 8 years old, it's very difficult when I'm reading a book to them And
Yes.
where it used to be so simple just to read a book and show it, now I have to make sure that the book is there so they could see it. And
Yes.
like,
Before a camera.
oh my goodness, it's so much entailed. And people that are not teachers think, oh, teachers have it really made. They're at home, they're teaching, you know, it's no big deal. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm doing sometimes triple the work.
Yes.
It's so much work. Because for us, I don't know about what you need to do, but for us, we had to create web pages.
Okay.
And I'm not a web designer. I had to like figure out how to do that.
Yeah, sure.
I had to make sure that my lessons are on Google Slide. Make sure that you know, if they have a test or something, make sure that it's in Google Classroom. So
yeah, sure.
it's so much. I feel like I'm working non-stop.
Yes, being at home and working online, we must work endlessly and non-stop, you know. And being in classroom, we can interact with the students and solve the problems as soon as the problem arises from them. But teaching online, it's really a challenging job for the teachers, because we have to create so many teaching materials online, and we have to present them. Some students may get them easily, sometimes few students cannot make out them easily.
Yes, and
This is a
then
problem.
I don't know if you're getting observed by your administrator to see if you're doing a good job, but then they also are trying to hold you accountable. Like if a student is not paying attention, if they're watching TV, well, how can I control that? I can't control that.
Yeah. See, the same thing is happening in everywhere.
Yes.
Even my students, even not only my students, but the students in our country, they keep open the online classes at one side and they are indulged in another work. You know. So just for formality, they are all doing but for the teachers, it's inevitable to reach their students and to make them keep in touch their students with the studies. It's all hard work for the
teachers. It's horrible.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let you know that little background about me, so you can know that we're both teachers, and I'm not happy with all this COVID. So when you tell a story, it depends. Like for me, when I'm teaching a story to my students, I tell them that your story has to have it has to have the narrative elements. So it has to have characters, it has to have a setting, it has to have a problem, and it has to have a solution. So that is, first you have to introduce the narrative elements. What are characters? So you have to go into, matter of fact, because I'm a teacher, and
I must know. I'm very
and I have it here. You see? So I wrote down people or animals in a story, place or time, the setting, and the problem, something that has to be fixed, and then a solution is the how the problem was fixed. So first, that's what I would do, how I would tell them. That's how you tell a story. So you introduce the narrative elements, and then you would have to create your own story. So you would have to model for them, what would your story be. So maybe it's make something that they connect to. So maybe it's your first day of teaching, how you felt, because they can relate that as their first day in high school, or first day in middle school, or first day of school. They can relate to that. But if you give them something too abstract, they can't relate to it, and then they can't.
They can't.
So
yes, they can.
For what grades do you teach again?
Yeah, I teach 9th and 10th.
Yeah, so it would be something that you would say, okay,
adolescent.
Yeah, so I would say something like today, boys and girls, I'm going to share a story of my first day of teaching. And then
Yes.
I would have character, it would be you. And then
Yeah.
get a snapshot. Maybe it's your very first day
Snap.
being in the classroom, not just
Yes.
not
Yeah.
just the whole day. I would just get like the
Yes.
snapshot. And then the
Yes.
setting, where is it? It's in school. Um,
Okay.
so what kind of day was it? Was it, the winter? Was it like, give them a setting for
Yes.
it? And then the problem would be, right, that you were
Yeah.
probably very nervous about being
Yes.
a
Yes.
first time teacher.
First day in the
Yeah.
school.
So
Yeah.
I would say to them, I was really, really nervous about being in school. I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't know what I was going to do.
Yes.
I had all these eyes looking at me, and my feelings were of being really nervous.
Nervous.
And
Yeah.
then the way you would fix that problem would be that,
Yes.
towards the end of the day, you figured out that it wasn't as bad as you thought it was, that you made it through the day.
Yeah. Sure.
So that's how I would break it down for them. So that wouldn't be something that I would do all in one day.
Yeah.
So I would first like break down, okay, give them topics that, like make a topic of what the things that they can talk about. So maybe it's their first day
Okay.
of school. Maybe it's
Okay.
maybe it's them realizing that they're going to be a big brother or a big sister. Maybe it's
Yeah.
changing schools.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe it's about COVID and now being nervous about not being in school, and being like, you can give them all those options, and get them to tell you the topics. So then you create an anchor chart and you write everyone's responses. And that could be,
Yeah.
your first day lesson. You know what I mean? Like, and then your second day would be like, okay, so now let's do the narratives. And then you would break it down. Okay, so who's going to be in your story? Where is it going to take place? What problem is it? What solution? So that could be the second day. And then the third day would be you actually having your story done, modeling it for them, and then have them start doing their first draft or writing. So I would break
Yes.
everything down so they can visually see everything that you're doing.
Okay.
Yes. And then at
I
the
mean,
end, what I would do also is have them peer conference with one another, like to read their story, and have their partner tell them, did they have a character? Did they have a setting? Did they have a problem? Did they have a solution? Is there something that they can add to it?
yeah. Sure. Means I have partners.
Yes.
Partners should add
Yes.
something if they have any ideas in their
Yes.
mind.
So that's how I would do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. 100%. I think it will work well to engage our students in building stories on various
Yes.
topics.
So then if you really want to focus on introduction of the story, then that could also be a mini lesson. If you want to then later on focus on the conclusion, then that could be another mini lesson that you put in. Show them that in the beginning they can have, onomatopoeia on it, or they can have like a catchy, like, ouch,
Yes.
or, something like that to get the reader's attention.
Yeah. To attract, to catch the reader's
Yes.
attention, we must use such expressions in our
Yes.
story. Yeah,
So I
sure,
hope I
sure.
was able to help
I think
you.
yeah, it's really a great thing to build a good story with the elements you introduced
Yeah,
here.
so
Yeah, fine. I hope it would definitely
I
help
hope
me.
so, and I hope
Huh.
that you come back and tell me how it went.
Yes,
I want
sure.
to see if
I'll be
yes,
back
I
soon.
want to see if
Yeah,
the kids really liked it or not.
yeah, sure. I'll be back soon. So the time is running out. Anyhow,
Do you have any
I learned
questions
few.
or
Yeah, I have a questions, but time
Oh
is very
no.
short and where it's running
I
out. So we
know.
can't do anything much.
Well, I might be
So
on tomorrow, so if you want to look for me tomorrow.
yeah, kindly share your schedule
Okay.
and I will look for
Okay.
you.
It
Okay.
was so nice. Bye
So see
bye.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.